Welcome to the podium, Chef Cardi B. I'm up. I see you at the again. While you was sleeping on me, I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. Baby, take it. Everything you want, I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you go, your man, with my name in your mouth. I do the Maybach on Monday, for Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I say, babe, it's a, he said it's a, them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I put my.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly as they get ready to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Now White on a return. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
On second down, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. He was looking for Crabtree that time.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opened things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Jay Ajayi, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. And the Ravens taking the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Now Jackson on 2nd down. A right side catch by Crabtree. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping it from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey. Lefty, lefty.
This is Ajayi. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Shorty.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And this is caught at the end. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because they'll have all that time to find someone up and downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On 2nd and goal, Ajayi, the lone man in the backfield. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. On 2nd and goal, Ajayi, the lone man in the backfield. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
Yeah, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on 3rd and goal.
Empty.
Now Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Richard Rodgers, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough, they couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Dixon again. And he is met quickly in the... Backfield, down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. On 3rd down, Jackson. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Crabtree, the intended receiver.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Let's go. Great. Grab. 48
Now it's a giant. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Sunday.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Let's go. Great. Ram.
Here's Ajayi. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Okay, Brandon, work with me here. Let's analyze this situation. A touchdown here, that could be the knockout blow in the 2nd quarter. But if they go for it and don't get it, that could bring life to the other sideline.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And now here come the Ravens. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Jackson on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. On 1st down, we're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. A nice little juke. Room to run inside the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Watch it now, Barney.
Here's a 1st down run with Collins. And not much running room. Down to the 32. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Escaping the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Lion.
On second down, here's Wentz. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit, because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Eagles on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Wentz going to throw. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On second down, Jackson flushed out right. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Now Jackson dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
Jackson, he's got his man. It's Andrews. And down inside the 15 he goes. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
To throw is Jackson. Looking to throw on second down. Being checked. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football.
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He finds Aguilar over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Come on now, Oaks. Come on now. Let's go. Let's go. Great. Hey, we're good.
Wentz now on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. C.J. Mosley. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. To throw is Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The 40, the 30. And he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 24.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo! Hey, Ram! Sunday!
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Sometime in this 4th quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
Let's go. Great. 82. Shorty. Shit. This 5-7. Great.
Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to go up top, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Well, there you go. You said someone was going to have to step up, force a turnover. That's exactly what they needed.
Yeah, now they need to capitalize, get this back to a 1-score game. From there, anything can happen.
After the interception, here's Jackson, buying time to his left. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
To throw on 2nd down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. That was going to let it go deep right sideline. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. They tried to throw on 2nd down. Unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
No. Check. Patriot!
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Throwing is Jackson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now Jackson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And some space here. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And some room to roam now. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drop.
And obviously now, no chance at all.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here. Rides on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy. From the gun, it's Wentz. And this is before he's brought down. An Eagle 1st down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in T.
And I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On the ball. Ram.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now Wentz. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Richard Rodgers, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead.